more than 2%. All right. $46 million over 7 years. That's Michael Strahan's contract with the New York Giants. He's used to tackling the biggest, toughest guys on the field, but he turns to one man for help so he doesn't fumble his finances. I'm joined by football great Michael Strahan. He's on the phone, and his financial advisor, Rich Big Daddy Salgado. Gentlemen, welcome to Fox Business. Good to have you with us.
Oh, great. Thank you for having us.
Mr. Strahan, to you first. You're at the top of your game. You're described as one of the finest defensive ends in the NFL's history. Why do you feel it necessary to go to this man sitting on my left here for financial advice?
Well, I think whenever you're in a game of football, your time constraints and all those things it's like a hit and miss. You have a situation where you're able to make a lot of money, you have your abundance of finances, but you really don't have as much time as you would probably like, or maybe even the knowledge to handle those things. So you need somebody you can trust, somebody who can make sure that when your days are over, you have what you think you should have. And it's only earning you more money, and you're not losing it and not spending it. And that's where Rich, or Big Daddy as we call him, that's where he comes in.
What exactly does he do for you? What kind of financial advice does he give to you? And why do you trust him?
Well, most of the advice that I deal with Rich is through insurances and all those different things to make sure that, things that offset my income, things that protect my family in case that anything does happen to me. And the reason that I'm with him, just that you can trust him, not only in the financial advisor capacity, but also in the friendship capacity. And I think that's important, and that's why he has a relationship with me and a relationship with a lot of the players around the league that he has.
Big Daddy, I wouldn't trust anybody with my money, but 150 athletes trust you.
Yeah, well...
What do you do? Do you stop them from being stupid with their money?
Sometimes I can, and then there's other times when it's a little bit too late. And then sometimes we have in the middle. But I just basically, exactly what you just said. How do you make someone not be stupid? Well, we sit down, we map out a game plan, and I don't do this all by myself. I have partners, and then the players sometimes have their other financial people, their advisors, their attorneys, an accountant. And we just sit down, and what's the best thing?
You lay down the law, don't you?
Yeah.
You tell them, you're not going to do this, you're going to do this.
Yes.
And basically. They listen to you?
Pretty much. I've been lucky with that, yeah. They do listen.
Michael, what do you do with your money? You've got a lot of it. What do you do with it?
I try to keep as much as possible. As they say, it's not how much you make, it's how much you save. So,
join the club, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really what I try to do, and I do take Rich's advice when it comes to things like that. And,
well, do you put your money into businesses, or do you put it into the stock market, or real estate, or what do you do with it?
I'm more conservative. I'm in bonds and all those different things. I don't want to take $1 and make $1 million out of it. That's not necessarily what I have to do to enjoy my lifestyle for the rest of my life. All I need to do is preserve the capital that I do have and what I'm able to make, and be conservative with it. If I'm conservative, I still have the means to live in the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to for the rest of my life. And that's really the reason that I play, and that one of the biggest reasons that you play, and for financial security. And now to have it is the best thing in the world.
Mr. Strahan, if you're a long-term conservative investor who wants to keep his money, you belong with Fox Business. Stay right there for a second. Rich, a lot of guys want to get into restaurants. Do you let them?
I tell them, keep away.
They acquire a whole bunch of hangers-on.
Yeah.
Do you get rid of them?
Yes, you do.
They want to buy a Lamborghini.
Don't do it.
Really?
I'm weak, though. I may buy a Lamborghini, though. I don't know.
Michael likes his cars, so I will be the first to admit that.
But it's all in moderation. I learned a long time ago. A friend said, if you want to make a small fortune in the restaurant business, start out with a large fortune. So, you truly learn what to do and what not to do on your own in certain ways, sometimes trial and error. But the reason that Rich is there is so that certain guys who are younger than myself, other guys who trust in his opinion, his business sense, don't have to make those errors that a lot of guys of the past have made.
Rich,
and that's been one of the blessings of having him.
Michael, what's the worst thing you ever did with your money?
Probably the worst thing? You know what? Say that automobiles are probably the worst thing I've ever done with my money. I've never really started any businesses or did anything like that really were risky where I could just lose it. So I would say automobiles because of depreciation, but at the same time, as long as I enjoy them and I can afford to do it, I look at it as, just something that, you just have to live with.
Why do you trust him? Granted, he's sitting right next to me right here. He's a big guy. But I have to ask the question.
He's bigger than me.
Yeah.
one reason you have to trust him.
No,
he's
no.
He's bigger than me. He's also played the game. I think that's important for a lot of his athletes to understand. That he understands what we've gone through. And with that being said, he's going to protect us because he realized that it's not easy to come by the financial the financial security that we do have. It's not easy to get the contracts that we do get. And I think he understands that. And just the fact that if he's in business with you or not, if he helps you or not, he's still your friend. And that's what I like, because we were friends a long time, years before we ever did any business together.
Rich, have you ever dropped anybody, told them to get lost? You're not going to represent them. You won't handle their money.
No, fortunately, I never had.
That means you turned everybody around.
I've done a pretty good job, and
You've got 150 athletes that you advise.
Well, word gets around, and my dear friend Michael here is probably one of my best salespeople, and I try to help everybody.
All right. Somebody comes to you. They're very rich. They are an athlete, and they've got the stupidest idea, and they absolutely insist on it. What do?
I sit down, and I not only bring in other people because I want to make sure that I have all my bases covered, and we'll examine it and tell me why. If it's so good, then I need to do it with you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's
actually,
exactly what I do all the time.
I do feel fundamentally worried when I'm sitting next to you.
I'm like, it's that great. Let's do it. Hey, I'll jump in bed with you,
Well, you're highly successful, and we thank you very much for joining us on Fox Business. Michael Strahan, good luck with the game, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, gentlemen. Next, pay up or park it. Puzzled by that? Well, you should be, but we do have the key to the answer up next.